retirement video.
Yeah, that was good. What are the essentials you keep in your bag? We love this question. So for me, it would be, I always have my sleeping bag because I pull it out for everything. If we have a layover at the airport and we can't go to our hotel, or we have to sleep in the airport, I bring my sleeping bag out for that. If we're on the bus and I'm cold, bring it out for that. On the airplane, bring it out. I love it. Kleenexes, little ones, for my nose. A lot of places we go, since we're always hiking, there aren't toilets on the trail, so it's important to have Kleenexes. And then a Mophie, a battery charger to constantly charge our phones. That's mine.
Definitely a phone charger and the Steripin water purifier.
Yeah, that's good. What has been your favorite place? We'll do this trip and traveling as a whole. So this trip, I would say Dubai or Egypt. I like Dubai because it was beautiful, it's Western. It was just a refreshing moment we had once we landed. So after being in Tanzania, and that's very much a developing country, it was nice just to relax in a Western country and just kind of get back to what we're used to. And then Egypt, because we just had so much fun there. Everybody was nice, we got to see the pyramids of Giza. We were able to walk through the temples, ride a camel for the first time. So that was nice.
Mine's definitely Dahab, Egypt. And then also Dubai, but for different reasons. Dubai is expensive. I think if I had to pick one place to return, it'd definitely be probably Dahab. But Dubai is also growing and changing so fast that there's always going to be stuff there to do.
Yeah, Dahab was nice because he was diving the entire time. I was doing yoga, and it was sunny. We had a nice rooftop, and we wish that we were quarantined there instead of here right now. So there's that. What's the scariest moment you've had in another country? Hands down, the driving. It's terrible. Not all, but most. We'll be on a bus or in a van or something, and they just drive how they drive, so you can't say much, but you have like a 200-foot cliff on one side. So here's a cliff, here's a car, and they're just whipping it around, and they have no idea what's coming, and you're just sitting in the back praying for your life and that the car does not tumble over the cliff.
This is where I disagree with you because I haven't been scared on any of our travels in the car, trains, or flights, or anything like that, because the people driving or operating any of those vehicles, they do that every day. And so, like, to them it's normal. To us, the driving's always been maniacal in other countries. But if you think about it, I think, no one's texting, everyone's paying attention.
Yeah.
And that's the driving they're used to, is very active, not passive driving like we have. So I haven't been scared there. The only time I can honestly say I've been scared in all the months of travel we've done has been in Arusha, Tanzania. It was our first day there, and that's where we're gonna have our launching point for our safari. And we thought there'd be fun stuff to do, Central Market, tour stuff, and there was none of that. All the people doing safaris were sheltered away in their hotels, and their guide companies were picking them up at their hotels, taking them directly to the parks. And there was no culture besides local culture in all the city centers and areas. So the first day we were there, walking throughout the city, and didn't feel very welcome. There were always people trying to walk us places to get money from us, wanting us to sit in the restaurants with no menus. And then all that's fine and dandy, but the only time I would say I felt scared was we're walking through the very center, and someone brushed past us and said something in clear English, something along the lines of they're watching you, or like you're being like watched or targeted, or something along that line. And then we kind of got really put on edge, and someone came up and like sort of held something over Ve-Lyssa's purse after that, and nothing happened, but we were very on edge. We wanted to just get back to our hostel or whatever. And I was honestly ready just to fly out to Zanzibar and continue on the trip, because there's nothing there to see. But that's the only time I've been spooked in all the trips.
That was a true scare. But I would say with that and driving for me, no matter how they're doing it, you're just not comfortable in the back seat. So you kind of just have to stay quiet, let them do what they have to do, close your eyes so you don't see what's coming or the cliff or anything, and just know that they do this every day. Even though it's crazy, this is how they drive. So there's that one. On average, how much does a trip cost? So for this trip, for our trips, what we're doing now could cost thousands more than what we're actually spending. But for us, we are able to make it cheap where we can. So we try to make it cheaper when we're lodging. Instead of staying in a nice hotel, we can stay in a hostel, which is on average, I would say, $10, $11 a night. We, instead of eating amazing food and expensive food, we will eat cheap food or buy groceries, make our food. And then we try to get restaurant experiences by going and just like buying a beer at the bar or something, so we can still see that rooftop view and without having to buy a $100 meal. What else? Well, the question.
Well, it really just depends on the location, and also the amount of luxury or quality, comfort that you want. But that's kind of a really broad question, because
Yeah, so I would say, I don't know, we'd probably average about $200 a week. I would say, give or take. It's on the lower end when we don't have excursions to do, but on the higher end when we do decide to buy tickets to go to the pyramids or ride a camel or do quad tours, stuff like that. So we try to skimp on the food and accommodation more so we can have fun experiences to always remember and share with people.
I would say it's higher than that, but
Well, for you.
less than home.
Yeah, less than home. It's cheaper to live on the road like we're doing than to live in Broad Ripple, pay rent, pay utilities, go to the grocery store every day, and live normally.
But it's also not as comfortable, so you're paying for comfort at home.
It's not that comfy sometimes. Is it hard to travel with language barriers?
Nope, very rarely.
Yeah, not really at all. We do say that if we had one superpower, we wish it would be that we could speak every language, just so we can interact with the locals more. But thankfully, being from the States, we speak English, that's our native tongue, and that's what everybody resorts to traveling. So those in the local places that we're going know that they need to know a little bit of English to get by with all their tourists. So we're able to have small conversations, whether it's getting a taxi or buying a coffee. We've definitely had troubles, but usually it's nice to get by. Yeah. We can probably pause this one.